Hey there folks, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into the world of wealth, and we're talking about the House of Nahyan in Abu Dhabi. Now, when we say they're as rich as the Al-Thani clan in Qatar and the Saud clan in Saudi Arabia, you know we're talking about some serious wealth. The Al Nahyan family holds the reins to several national wealth funds, including the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority and the Mubadala Investment Company. Hold on to your hats because the assets under their control here are estimated to reach a jaw-dropping $1 trillion. But here's the kicker, they're not just sitting on their oil reserves. Nope, they're savvy investors too. From Rihanna's lingerie line to Elon Musk's space transportation company, they've got their fingers in many pies. Now, when it comes to their family fortune, some estimates suggest they're sitting on a whopping $300 billion. That's some next-level wealth. So there you have it, folks, a glimpse into the incredible wealth and lifestyle of the House of Nahyan. So let's get into the end of it. Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, also known as MBZ, is the president of the United Arab Emirates and the ruler of Abu Dhabi. This means that the sons of Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, who founded the United Arab Emirates, are now in charge of large parts of the family wealth. In honor of Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the world's tallest building, Burj Khalifa, was named after him. Let's find out what else having so much money gives you besides the honor of having the biggest building in the world named after you. An ample palace and properties galore. The President of the United Arab Emirates lives in Abu Dhabi at the Palatial House, which is in Abu Dhabi. The National Palace is one of the top 20 most important cultural and artistic places in the world. It cost $490 million to build. White marble and limestone make up the front of the building. Since 2019, people from all over the world have been able to use it. The most interesting thing about the house, which is 380,000 square meters big, is a crystal chandelier made of 350,000 pieces. In the east wing of the palace, you can find a library with more than 50,000 books about the country's cultural, social, and political past. Sheikh Khalifa owns a lot of land, including some of the most expensive areas of London and land in other countries. All of this land is worth about $7 billion. Some people think that his land empire in Britain is bigger than that of Duke of Westminster, a 29-year-old nobleman who's worth $1 million and owns a large part of the city. He's called the owner of London behind closed doors. His large collection includes high-end homes in Knightsbridge, Westminster, and Kensington, as well as the Time Life Tower on New Bond Street. His collection also includes the 95 buildings that circle Berkeley Square in Mayfair. One source says that by 2015, the Al Nahyan Empire's London holdings were worth more than the total value of the Grosvenor Estates London properties and were only a little bit less than the Crown Estates London holdings. The royal family owns a dozen castles around the world. The Chateau de Bayonne, which is north of Paris, is one of them. One of the private jets of the presidential fleet. These kings not only have homes on the ground, but also palaces in the sky. The wealthy family's presidential fleet is made up of 8 beautiful planes, such as the powerful Airbus A320-200 and 3 Boeing 787-9s. A Boeing 747 worth $450 million and a Boeing 787 worth $180 million are part of MBZ's personal collection. Both planes have enough room for the whole royal family to travel in the utmost comfort. Even though the interior design and features of his plane haven't been made public, planes of this size usually have a wide range of amenities such as multiple cabins, large seating areas, meeting rooms, entertainment systems, and sometimes even luxury bathrooms or spas. Some chart-topping, heart-stopping super yachts. The rich House of Al Nahyan owns many valuable things, including a fleet of luxury ships that are widely thought to be the best in the world. The yachts Azam, Blue, and Topaz, which are called A+, have 2 important things in common. They're all in the top 10 biggest boats in the world, and they're all owned by members of the royal family of Abu Dhabi. Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan paid $500 million to have Azam built. It's the most expensive luxury super yacht in the world. There are more than 100 people on board the 590-foot-long ship. The Goliath was built by an army of 4,000 people. It has a golf training area, more mother-of-pearl than you can imagine, and an army of players. The Lursen Blue. Sheikh Mansour owns the Lursen A+, which is the 4th largest boat in the world. It's 525 feet long and costs $600 million. Also, the millionaire owns the $450 million A+, which used to be called Topaz and was leased twice by Leonardo DiCaprio. The A Plus is 140 meters long and has high-end features like a dance floor, a beach club, a fully equipped gym, and a wellness center with a spa, jacuzzi, steam room, and a beauty studio. If you think that's all about their mega luxurious lifestyle, they built a Louvre museum outside Paris. Can you imagine that? The ruling families of the Middle East have had a big impact on the art world in the West. It's not completely wrong to say that Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan made Abu Dhabi a great place for arts and culture. In addition to building the Saudiyat Cultural District, they also built a museum with more than 620 different pieces of art. The world-famous Louvre Abu Dhabi is the biggest art museum on the Arabian Peninsula. It's also the only art museum in the world that's not in Paris. The museum has a sculpture of a Bactrian princess from the 3rd millennium BC, as well as paintings like The Brayton Boys Wrestling 1888 by Paul Gauguin and The Subjugated Reader 1928 by René Magritte, as well as La Belle Ferronniere by Leonardo da Vinci, which is worth $1.5 million. The upcoming Guggenheim Abu Dhabi. With the news that the Guggenheim Museum's largest collection will be moved to the culture area on Saudiyat Island, the future of the art world seems to be very bright. When the Frank Gehry designed museum finally opens, it will be the Guggenheim's biggest location with 320,000 square feet of floor room. It's expected to be done by 2025. Investments in sports, finance, and everything in between. Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan owns ADUG, which stands for the Abu Dhabi United Group for Development and Investment. Thaksin Shinawatra, who used to be Thailand's Prime Minister, sold Manchester City Football Club to the United Arab Emirates Deputy Prime Minister. All of the City Football Group clubs, Manchester City FC, Mumbai City FC, Melbourne City FC, and New York City FC are owned by ADUG, which has an amazing 81% total ownership in City Football Group. The Sheikh Al Nahyan of Tahnoon bin Zayed. Most people agree that Sheikh Tahnoon bin Zayed Al Nahyan has made a big difference in the growth of the business. The royal group owns a group of companies that work in many different fields such as banking, food, space, and robots. Together, these companies employ 27,000 people. The family's thought to have assets worth close to $300 billion, making them the richest of the 7 Emirates. Their car collection is so huge, they have their own museum. The Al Nahyan dynasty is one of the richest families in the world. Because of this, they have huge mansions, fancy holiday homes, and a never-ending collection of cars. Sheikh Ahmad bin Abdan Al Nahyan is the only person who owns more than 700 huge, expensive, and over-the-top cars. If you're worth $20 billion and have a strong desire to do something, obviously nothing can stop you from doing it. He has everything from a crazy 10-wheeled 24-ton SUV to a 21-foot-tall Willys Jeep and a bunch of rainbow-colored American antiques and Mercedes-Benz cars. His huge collection of cars is spread out over 4 museums in the United Arab Emirates and Morocco. The Emirates National Auto Museum, which is shaped like a pyramid, is the most famous of the 4. There are more 4x4s in these 718 packages than anywhere else in the world. Because of this, they hold the Royal Guinness record. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more interesting information.